Disaster. What is disaster? Is it something recent or it has been since ages? I, Prachi, from 2016-18 batch of PGPVM, would be presenting disaster management in India and how does it affect our infrastructure. If we were to see the Indus Valley civilization, we all know it's a home to 40,000 people. But suddenly the civilization vanished. What was the cause? Was it floods, which is a natural disaster, or it was caused? The recent 2013 floods in Uttarkashi are also one of the severe disasters we recently had, causing loss of millions of lives. The Assam floods, which happen almost every year, and we witness such huge infrastructural losses, losses of roads, houses, or should we take the recent floods that are happening in Gujarat, all due to climate change or man made or natural? So, if we see, India appears fourth among the top 10 affected countries from human point of view. 68% of the area is prone to drought, 8% to cyclone, 40 million people affected to floods, and 60% area prone to floods. All these disasters are various. They are man-made or they are natural. They are water climate related, geological related, chemical related, accident, or even biologically related. Floods, cyclones, drought, all these account for the water and climate related, which are the maximum. So, what is the loss? Economic loss is 2% of the GDP. So, if we see loss in 1000 crores is 86,000 crores in the year of 2001 to 2005, and it has been progressively increasing from 1991 till 2004 5. So if you see, the economic losses is huge due to these disasters, and India as a country suffers because of natural disasters. If we were to account what is by various disasters or the natural losses by earthquake, cyclone, storm, tsunami, and floods, we see that $19 million is lost by earthquakes and $1160 million were affected by tsunami. 8 million Indians are hit by disaster each year at present, and by 2030 this could rise. India has more of its annual GDP exposed to river flooding each year, on an average, than any other country in Asia. Its current 14.3 billion exposure could increase to 154 billion by 2030. So, where are we heading to as a country in terms of infrastructural development? Do we have to, again and again build those kinds of infrastructures? What are the policies or what is the roadmap for us for disaster management? So, physical infrastructure and building are the ones. So, if you are living in an area which is prone to earthquake, why not build a building or a house that can resist the earthquakes? Many houses and buildings have been built in Japan this ways. Enunciation of policies. Why not have specific policies which focuses on house, land building in terms of giving them resistance to disasters, such as there should be no houses built near the banks of the rivers. The marshlands should be kept free. There should be a sufficient legal and technical legal framework. There should be specific funding mechanisms and other mechanisms. I'm sure with all these mechanisms, India as a country can account for much more in the GDP, and these economic losses are not suffered, and together we can progress. Thank you.